The Canadian Taxpayers Federation says spending by the federal government is simply out of control. The group is calling on Ottawa to cut spending following a report by the Parliamentary Budget Officer. The study by Yves Giroux says the deficit is now $6.6 billion over budget. Now, the man who's a little bit more on the hard numbers is the federal director of the CTF, Franco T, who joins us from Ottawa. Franco, what you're saying is that the numbers kind of look bleak.
You know, as bad as the budget was, the independent budget officer is showing that the federal finances are even worse. Okay, 6 months, $6 billion over budget with the deficit. When Trudeau announced his budget 2024 back in April, he was projecting a $40 billion deficit. Now, that's crazy in and of itself, but these new numbers from the Parliamentary Budget Officer project the deficit even higher at about $46 billion. I mean, folks, this is getting embarrassing how bad the books are being managed by the federal government. I mean, come on. It is 2024. We're not in a pandemic. It's ridiculous and completely unacceptable for the federal government to be running a $40 billion deficit.
Now, Franco, when you have a debt as high as Canada's, which is over $1 trillion now, that means that our interest payments are also quite high, correct?
Oh, yeah. Interest charges on the debt are blowing a $1 billion hole in the budget every single week, right? So these massive deficits mean higher taxes for you down the road. It means more of your money is being wasted on interest charges, and it means more debt that your kids and grandkids have to pay back. So this year, interest charges on the debt are costing taxpayers about $53 billion, which is more money than the federal government will send to the provinces in health transfers. In fact, almost 11 cents of every dollar that the government is taking from you is going to pay interest on the federal credit card.
Thanks so much, Franco. That was Franco T, federal director of the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, joining us from Ottawa.